guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called 100 pop hits from Sweden 1974 to 2024. So I'm excited because I don't really know like a lot of like music from Sweden, and because this is from Sweden, so I'm guessing that it's going to be a lot of like Swedish bands and a lot of like Swedish singers, and I don't think I know any of them. I know that ABBA is like a pretty, like I think it's the most famous band in Sweden and apparently like in the world, but I don't think I know anyone else from Sweden, so I'm excited. So let's check it out and comment, like, and subscribe. Conquest of the World, okay. Oh, the ABBA, okay. Eurovision has been like that long? Okay, so there's like a lot of them.
So when you're near me, darling, can't you hear me? SOS. You think you are a movie
star.
movie star.
This is very like.
Can I forget everything? Mamma mia, I would, my friend.
Oh my god, okay, ABBA on a roll. Okay, on a huge roll. Okay, it's been just Harpo and ABBA. That's really cool. ABBA again. Okay, it's crazy that for a couple of years they were like the only people. Okay, this video is very funny. But the roller coaster, the roller skates.
The winner takes it all.
ABBA again. Against like Secret Service. I'm thinking like the music started to sound different. It's kind of like darker, I think. Oh, I think this rings a bell. Oh, 2 years in a row? 3? Wonder who's Carrie. What's a buffalo stance? Oh my god, I love the smoke. What's happening here? Weird video. Okay, but very fancy. Oh my god, Roxette on a roll.
Hello Africa, tell me how you doing.
Oh, okay.
Hello motherland, tell me how you doing.
They were like the ABBA of like the late 80s. Oh my god, see? Oh my. Like a little anachronistic. Oh my god, again Roxette. It's funny to see like something a little bit darker. Like again. Oh my. Okay, this looks very like Roxette again. Dr. Alban as well. It's been a good couple of years. It's funny to see like something very funky and then next year something a little bit darker. Okay. What time? Oh my. What's up with the snake? What's that? Once again. And Dr. Alban, they're like, one year for you, 1 year for me. And this Ace of Base as well. Nigel.
7 seconds away, but just as long as I stay.
This is like a ballad. This is very like 90s. Everything's very like upbeat. Is he? They're being mocked. Oh my god, I'm so concerned about someone talking back like that.
I don't think it's funny.
It's not funny.
In a big world, it's not a big thing. Erase and rewind, 'cause I've been changing my mind. I don't want you to cry, don't want us to say goodbye.
This looks very minimalistic. Oh my god, this is like the first rock song. It's just dawned on me. This looks very modern. So this also sounds very like in the 2000s. Crying at the discotheque. Okay, this is a very funny name. I'm playing with the rock. I'm surprised. This is the first rock song that I'm hearing. Floor filler.
This is the world we live in. These are the hands we're giving.
This looks like I'm picturing myself in a club dancing to this. What? Oh, their computer. Oh, yeah, are those bongos? I like that.
Jag känner en bot. Hon heter Anna, Anna heter hon. And I miss you when I go gone. I can wait and be back.
Oh, let's see. I want to hear the libro.
Every step I take, but I don't look back.
She takes me into fantasy. Let me
This looks again like very dark. Oh my god. Okay. What is this?
You'll never see
Oh, they're miniature. This sounds very modern as well. Swedish House Mafia. Okay. Very interesting name. They're really good at hospital. This is concerning. What is happening here? Oh my god, this is also concerning. It took a couple of years that were a little bit. These 3 songs of this last 3 years are very similar. This one as well. I think it's like a very specific time period.
I don't care. I love it.
This one as well.
Brother, do you
Again, they all sound like so similar.
one another?
Stay high all the time to keep you up.
This one just written in Sun as well. I think it's like a very specific type of electronic music. Oh my god, this Avicii has been like around for a few years. like a throwback to like the 2013s. Oh, ABBA again? After so many years? Oh my god, okay. Okay, I love this. There were like several that I thought they were very catchy. I wanted to keep like listening to them. I'm like, okay, wait, go back. I want to actually like listen to the whole song. I think it's funny that you can really do see like there's like a lot of like I think the ABBA domination. It's crazy. They started at like in like it was 1974, and the last hit was what 2021. I think that's crazy. It's how many years? Over 30 years. That's like 40 years actually. That's insane. To be able to like have a band and be like 40 years later, people are still like listening to me, listening to my hits, listening to my songs. And it's not just like the same song because I think they're in a certain way, certain songs are like timeless. And it makes sense that, you know, you're going to listen to them, you know, when you're 18, you're going to listen to them when you're 35, you're going to listen to them when you're like 60. So it is kind of interesting that like a band has managed to do that, but not with the same sort of like couple of songs that they had, you know, like, oh, way back in the day. No, it's just like they had a new song because it's just like new songs. So, you know, 40 years later, they were like, no, we have a hit. So it is like, okay, and when did they debut it? It was like, oh, you know, like 45 years ago. It's like, that's crazy. I think it speaks very highly. The quality of the music, I think it's good. Like the fact that it still remains popular. And B, like the fans. I think obviously like, you have like such loyal fans that they're gonna literally like stay with you through your lifetime. If like you're again when you're debuted, maybe you're like 20 and then you're like 60. And your fans are probably like, I don't know, we grew up with grew up with you, so we're gonna be there. And if you like release a song, I'm gonna be there pressing play. So it is kind of crazy, and I think it was like very catchy. It's still like, oh, it was like ABBA. Like I don't know, it's kind of like, yeah, I can see it's very like disco and very like poppy, very like upbeat and very, I don't know, like but still like incredible like powerful voices. That I really do think like, wow, it's incredible that a band has been able to like last that long and still like maintain the, I don't know, they're relevant. I think that's my point. It's like for you to be relevant like that many years later, that's an incredible feat. And I think that's why they're like the most famous band. It's like, yes, you know, again, the quality of the music is unmatched. That's why, again, and it also speaks very highly that there's like several generations that do really listen to your music and that they like it. So it is like, yes, because it's timeless in a way. So good for them. That was incredible. The other sort of like bands that I really got a sense of like, oh, there's like, they had a time period, they were like everywhere. It was Roxette. I think it was a band. The lead singer was a woman, but I don't really know if she's Roxette or like the band. It's called Roxette and it's like a band because I saw, obviously there was someone that was like playing guitar, but I don't know if it was just like the backup guitar player or it's like, no, it's an actual band and they're called Roxette. But like I think it was like late 80s to like almost the mid 90s, probably a little beyond the mid 90s, probably up to actually like late to the early 2000s. They were still around, which is crazy. Again, it's like, okay, I think in some songs I did really like, oh, that rings a bell. So they are pretty famous, Roxette, and it's like the dominance. I'm wondering how would it have felt for people and bands and singers that were actually around like in this time period of being like, oh, why am I bothering? You know, I know it's gonna be like the ones that are gonna be like super successful is like this band because they have like the dominance, and I'm just gonna be like, well, I guess I'm gonna be in second or third place. So it is kind of like, I'm wondering if it's a little bit demoralizing for the ones that were around in that time period, because it was like, well, I don't really know if I have a chance here. Because it was all Roxette and also I think Ace of Base as well. They were also like, they were interchaining like, oh, you know, there's like 1 year and then like the other is me. I don't know. It's like a lot of like the same bands and you're like, okay, well, I guess it's over then because I don't really have a choice. So it is kind of like, that makes me a little bit sad. there was also, I think, Robin and the Cardigans. I think there were also like a few of them that were apparently they were like very famous at a time, at a certain like time period. And that was like in the early, like again, like midnight. No, it was like 90s, early 2000s. And then it was funny that then it's like, oh, the whole thing after like 20, probably I would say like it's the dominance of like electronic music. Not that the others, I think the others were leaning more towards pop, but I think probably like in the 2004, so 2005, I'm remembering correctly, the whole thing started to be very like electronic based. And up to like, I think the last ones, they were still like very electronic. So it is a little kind of crazy because it's like, it's pop. Yes, obviously it's a pop hit. That I think if you like take into account what we started with in the 1970s, it was something that I can still recognize. It was like a little bit, I think it's, you can maybe make the case of like, yes, it was pop, but leaning towards disco. And like, because it was what was popular back in the day. And just as well, you know, in the 2000s, like pop, of course, it's going to be pop, but it's more leaning towards electronic because that's apparently the most popular sort of like genre these days and has been because apparently up to like the other, like the 2024, it was still sort of like the same, between the same realm. So it is kind of like, that's interesting to me. It's been like the dominance of electronic music for the past, I don't know, almost 20 years probably. So it is like, maybe it's things that maybe you sort of like, you don't really realize until you're seeing it like this all like clipped together, and it's just, oh, you know what, you start kind of like thinking about this, and you're like, wow, you know, they're all very like electronic. It is interesting to me. It's all very like music that I can picture myself like in a nightclub just dancing. And not that the others you wouldn't, but I think there's something very specific about like this type of music that makes you want to like dance. And yes, you're picturing yourself like at a club and just, you know, just like dancing, because I think it's very, you know, very catchy and very like, it wants to, and not catchy in the sense of like, oh, I want to sing, because I can't remember like the specific lyrics or anything. It's just like very, I don't know, melodic in the sense of like, I want to move my body. I just want to move around because the music is like compelling me to actually to move. So it is very catchy in the sense of like, I want to dance. It's very upbeat. And yes, and I also want to look at like the videos, but you know, because there were some of them looked quite like weird and quite interesting. But it's kind of like, I don't know, they were like the outliers. I think there were like a few of them. One that had like bongos that looked a little bit more like a ballad. I think I can't even say it was a ballad. It was just like a song that had like, I think it was a Peter Bjorn, I think. And they had like a very interesting sound that I think was like the outlier, and like 2 or 3 maybe at most like rock songs, and like one ballad I think was like this girl called, I think, Amelia. She had like a power ballad, and I think it was a guy called John G.S. Johnson or something. I think he was the rock one. So it was like 2 rock songs, and you know, the one that's like a little bit weird with, you know, a little bit weird, no, it's just a little not unsimilar to the others, and the power ballad. The others were like super upbeat. So I think it also, like in Sweden, they like to dance. Apparently, they like to move around. They like to dance, and they like their music extremely upbeat. Apparently, so it is, you know what, good for them. You know, it makes them a little bit happier instead of like listening to probably like a darker type of music all the time. But that was it for today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.